Time's on your side. And I was telling you the other day, I wrote a blog about my nephews.
Right.
And I have 3 nephews now, 1, 2, and 3. Shout out to Josh, Caleb, and Aaron.
All right, Josh,
nice.
Caleb, and Aaron.
And they, I buy them stocks for all the holidays, and mostly because they don't need more toys. But the other part of it is they're so young that the rule of 72. And if you really look at it, I look at I'm 27 years old, but I used to really preach this when I was in my early 20s, and by the time I retire, that gives me about six turns if you were looking at 7 years, right? So $1,000 becomes 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, $64,000. For $1,000 is 64 grand when I retire, if I retire around 65. So now look at when you're, if you take 1 rotation out of that, that's $32,000, right? But if you add 1 more rotation or 2 more rotations or 3, now you're looking at a 1 or 2 year old, and you give him 8 or 9 rotations on $1,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
I wrote the blog post, and it kind of culminated because I looked at some stocks. When I was born in January of 1987. If you look at Ford Motor Company, and you would have bought, instead of everyone buying me teddy bears when I was born, if they would have bought me $100 worth, not 100 shares, $100 worth of Ford Motor Company without dividend reinvestment, meaning all the dividends they paid, just don't even count those.
Yeah,
it would be worth 12 grand today, if not more. And I did this a year ago. If you would have
and you're young.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you would have bought me $100 worth of Apple, right, it would be worth $120,000 today. So the rule of 72 really says that your compounding in your time is really important. Now, it doesn't mean you can't do it if I'm 45 or 50. It just means, at least pass on that good trait to your kids too, because that's just as important.
Well, and I got to say, because I think, being that I'm kind of the younger baby boomer in the room, right? Your brother's going to appreciate you giving money to the nephews because he's going to be old and they're going to have money. He's not going to have to take care of them. They might be able to take care of him a little bit when you find yourself in this sandwich generation.
So we need to sit the kids down and say, okay, here's the show you need to listen to. Right?
That's right. Listen to Kyle.